Oh, holy schmoly. You know what time it is? It's just 7:01. Up as early as I could. These are the settings I'm rocking. Oop. Boom. Unfortunately, no RT. So my 8 gig card couldn't handle RT. Like, look. You might think it might, but no, it can't. Got all that to custom. Got this. Texture quality normal. Only thing I manually put high is this. FSR 3.1 at quality. I can almost run this with FrameGen on native, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I could go to performance. I've not tried performance with RT. Would be interesting though. Definitely would be. I'm gonna do a normal RT. We're gonna try it. Cutting edge therapies. I remember in the beginning part where that nurse lady went up to Leon and was like, yeah, we have cutting edge therapies here. Just ignore all the bodies that are laying about. Like, what? And then she gets murked. Like, that's hilarious to me. You're kidding. Don't I have ray tracing on? I don't know if you can see my frames up there, but also I should have 60. I don't know why it's going higher than 60 frames. Dang. I mean, I do a performance, mind you, but it's low-key look the same. I don't even notice a difference. Huh. Holy smoly. Okay, for this demonstration, I don't think I'm going to leave the room that I'm at because I don't want to go down there and spoil anything. But yes, I am in a different save room than you probably are. Did not get to see the final parts of the stream, so I don't know if you went further than what I saw. But if I go here, and I go back to the menu and quits, let's see if I can run path tracing. Maybe a 3080, because you're trying to do ultra wide. It's just not going to work, you know? Maybe that's the issue. What was I doing again? Oh, yes, that's right. RT, which is, where the flip? Oh, here it is. All right. Oof. I already know I'm not going to be able to. I give it 20 frames at max. That's what I'll say. 20 FPS at max. But it'll be a nice looking 20 FPS. Well, not really, because oh, that does look good, though. The lighting? I think RT high would just be best. But it does look good. It does look good. I'm pleasantly surprised. Yeah, it just sucks that these days you gotta run these games in freaking performance mode. But I will say, Nvidia has been cooking a little bit. Oh, see, when you go to that, it forces it into Nvidia's. Okay, let's go to ultra performance. What? You're seeing this, right? Ultra performance. I can definitely tell the difference between performance and ultra performance. Like if you look at the hammer of the gun and the in around the gun, there's tons of ghosting, especially in this area. But outside of that, looks pretty clean. Like of course I'm going to still be able to notice. Like I'm trying to aim my gun and I see that and I'm like, oh Lord. Also, there's like an input delay that's like a little bit noticeable and it's kind of annoying. But yeah, this is the best benchmark for the 2070. Just so you know, I didn't steal a different graphics card. There you go. While we are here, I wonder. Yeah, I can't even turn on frame gen. Yeah, but when you go on to path tracing, it does enable ray reconstruction. But it'd be cool if you could use ray reconstruction while just using regular ray tracing, because it would fix a lot of the issues I have with this regular RT in this game. But yeah, let me head back to the menu. I'm gonna probably just stick with FSR. Oh, yeah, probably FSR because FSR just works better with the AMD's frame gen. We could try it ray tracing high. Yeah, I'll just go there. I don't really care. I don't like depth of field. Oh, this is the chromatic. Yeah. I always make sure I have that off. It just changes the background and I don't like it. FSR 1. Why would I want FSR 1 over FSR 3? Huh? I don't know. Maybe there's some sort of tech I don't know about because I have not done much research over FSR to begin with. So maybe I'm not looking into that. Because like, if I really wanted to, I do this, go here. I guess I could test this out as well. It's just the temps. You will see them rise. But I'd love to play this game at 1440p. It might be harder to run than RT with FSR. This is 1440p? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is so confusing how I'm able to get all these frames. Alright, I'm able to run this game 1080p native? Yo, 2070 is still a 1080 beast. What the flip? Holy smokes. No frame gen or anything, right? No, frame gen is off. Huh. Do I get any higher frames if I turn on frame gen? No, frame gen's probably on. Because I normally would not get those high of frames from what I remember. Yeah, watch, because I'll probably be able to run this just barely. Yeah, there's no way. I wonder if it still has FSR on too. Let me look at this hallway real quick. So 1% is like 65 with my actual frame being 70. See, to me, it's a bit annoying if it's not turning on, because I think there's an issue in this game where it doesn't turn off your upscalers when you want them to be turned off. Oh no, it definitely turns on. Holy crap, this game can run at 1440p with just performance mode. Of course, you know, my hello. um yeah, of course my performance is gonna dip here and there because it's just a compilation of shaders and the new areas and whatnot. But yeah, the gun still looks a bit. There's an interesting amount I notice of weapon sway. Also, I don't think they upscale the reticles. Hmm. Okay, okay. Let me look at finer details. So you do see some over sharpening. You do see some over sharpening, which is not that bad of a thing to see. It's just I wish there was an option to go into settings and graphics and go and turn down some of the sharpening they do. I understand why the sharpness is so high. I mean, you're at performance, but yeah. Nah, I'm not gonna run this on RT. I'm just gonna run this at performance. Heck, I wouldn't be surprised if I can run this 4K. Okay, well that's a bit of a stretch. That's like well that's a huge stretch. But what I'm saying is, if I can get this many frames without frame gen, but then again, I think frame gen is still on. Where the heck was frame gen? Yeah, I think it's still on. So look, I'm gonna turn it on. I have zero difference. Oh, now it's only showing 60 FPS. So is it actually locked to 60 FPS now? Before, that was bugging. Variable. 97. Why did it go down? Don't I have frame gen on now? No, I have it off. Okay, so we have like 90s-ish. Then with FSR we have 125, 126. Okay, so you could play 4K on probably 4K on performance mode on your card. You just couldn't do it on ultra wide. There's absolutely zero way. But you'd have to use FSR. Like I said, FSR is the GOAT. Wish I had an FSR AMD card though, because I don't really use ray tracing. I cannot read a single word on there. Yo, how much you want to bet? If I turn the upscalers off, I could read the whole thing. Oh, this is the ultimate test. No. And with the upscalers off, keep in mind I'm playing at 1440p. Problem is, I can't go down this hallway because there are enemies. And I don't think I can go up that hallway because there are enemies. Let me see. I can make handgun ammunition. There's gonna be a very long and interesting video for you. What if you have any comments on this? I know you're probably thinking, now you gotta try 1440p path tracing. I'm not doing that. Main reason is, on my card, video sucks. Oh my gosh. Like, I thought it'd be better. But look at this. Look at these FPSs I'm gonna get. Only 80 something. On FSR 3, I got like 90. And this is what, ultra performance? Ultra performance. For the same visual fidelity cost, if not, this looks a tad bit better. Wait. Oh yeah, the gun? It doesn't have that issue. Wait a minute. Okay, so this does look a tad bit better. I'll be the first to admit. Let's see. If I try to load this section. I don't know my enemies are up here. Oh, I do know what enemies are up there, actually. Okay. So it looks a bit better. Okay, this is, keep in mind, this is with my brightness on my monitor all the way down. If I turn this all the way up, I'm sure I could see more graphical issues. Okay, now my monitor brightness is all the way up. See, I'm doing multiple tests. I'm not just doing one. I can see issues here. It's just the over sharpening. Why is that light pulsing? Is that just what they have in this game? The light tech? I guess. Just typical Resident Evil where they have no words, but they have words. Due to aging infrastructure, construction on the garage has been carried out during the following dates. Please do not enter area unless authorized. Okay, so we can't enter that area apparently, but we can. Yeah, this looks great. Only thing I hate, though, is that because this isn't a 40 series card, you can't use NVIDIA's 2x frame gen. Legitimately the only thing I hate. Because if I could use frame gen, sure, I would get, you know, my usage of my VRAM cooked if I did, like, too much. But would run a lot better, and I wouldn't feel bad about doing, like, this is another test. We're doing another test. I know you probably wanted to see this, and I've just been skipping around. What does balance look like? Balanced looks amazing. I could see all these words. Besides those, of course, I can't see those words. Wow. Okay. I'm thinking about going balance with FSR and then frame gen. Because I'm just trying to get 60 frames consistently. I'm not really worried about 90, 80s. No. So let's try that out. Because then again, my GPU temps do go up. It's only really low here because this is a very small section. See, look, this, it's just, FSR must have partnered with Resident Evil. I don't know. Of course, there's still the issue with that gun handle. So maybe if I were to go to like quality FSR. But either way, that little issue when I'm in combat or I'm trying to sneak around, that's not something I'm going to particularly notice. It's only because I'm looking for it I'm noticing it. Ooh, native AA. Ooh, ooh. Watch. I think that's just their anti-aliasing they have. Because if I were to go to... Yeah, it's just their aliasing. Also, DLAA on this card sucks. Don't ever use it. Okay? Oh, smokes. Freaking One Punch Man slideshow over here. Let's try, because I've been dogging on NVIDIA too much. Let's try their quality. If they can run this game on quality, I'll play it. It can, it's just 36 frames, you know. And then you start to run into the issue with over sharpening. Like, if you could fix the over sharpening issue on NVIDIA's card, like on their side, I would probably play it. Like, that's not that big of a deal for me. It's not a deal breaker. It's just what I'm playing, and I'm sneaking around, trying to look around, and I see that. It just takes away my immersion. Alright. Let's test FSR 1. We're going to test it with ultra quality first. Not bad, not bad indeed. I'm guessing these FSR 1s specifically for older graphics cards. Let's just go straight to performance. Let's rip the Band-Aid off. I do notice a difference over here. It's a bit blurred. Unless you're like actually looking at it. Distance over there. The things on the side of my reticle are a bit blurred, like the shelving. I can still see all the words here. They're just not as defined. This hallway just seems very, like, soft. I think that's the best way to say it. Alright. Now with FG. Oh. You should do plus boost, but that does take away some of your frames. This is just for the latency if you want to use frame gen. Here we go. Here's FSR 3 frame gen with FSR 1 upscalers. Not bad, not bad. I'm tempted to try this with RT high, but there's only so much you could do with what you have. Yeah, that gun issue I was talking about? There's like zero ghosting around the gun. Which one was I doing that with? Was that with NVIDIA? And when I tried to do NVIDIA plus FSR, like this, let's see. Crazy to me, by the way. Oh yeah, it definitely does look a lot better, I will tell you. Oh my gosh, this looks like native AA. Oh my gosh. It's just, you may not be able to tell, but there are some input lags. Like, I'm trying to just turn to see the stairs, and I have to turn more because it either stops or goes too far. But no, I guess it's not. I have zero idea. Was it an FSR3? It couldn't have been FSR3. Oh, you know what it was? It was when I had RT on. That's right. Yeah, never mind. Probably not going to get that same result. Yeah, but this Loki, I think this is Loki the GOAT. As my frames start to climb. I don't know why they're so low right now. Yeah, it's not nearly as defined. A lot of these areas, like, you could really see this with NVIDIA's DLSS. But, alright, yeah, there we go. It kicked in. The transformer mode kicked in. There we go. Yeah, but, again, here's this hallway. 103 frames. We'll give the benefit of doubt and say 102. Say it does less frames. So when I switch over to, oop, not this. Here. Not, I mean, native AA? No, we're not going to do that. It's literally just a 3.1 issue. And I wish you could fix that. I mean, there's a difference with the lighting and how it affects the edges of these. But it's not that big of a deal. Ooh. Yeah, it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, here's the benchmark. Hope you enjoyed, Valentine.